r/AskReddit, people who have had an "I'm going to marry this person" instinct, what happened? To which she rebutted, "Fuck you, asshole." How romantic. She was a friend of a friend coming to my apartment housewarming. I knew the very first moment when I opened the door and saw her that I was going to marry her. We had never met prior. We dated 6 years and married. We divorced after about 15 years of marriage. This made me so happy, then boom, divorce. What happened? Oh. Had that instinct twice. Married and later divorced both of them. If I get that feeling again, I'm going no contact. Do you have a type? I mean, are both exes super similar? I remember coming home and telling my mom, I'm going to marry her. And then I dated her so hard and married the shit out of her. That was, like, 15 years ago, and she's next to me watching Bob's Burgers. Hell yeah, dude. My dad went to a basketball game in 1963. He saw one of the cheerleaders that he thought was cute, turned to his buddy and said, I'm going to marry that girl. And GT, then I dated her so hard and married the shit out of her. I love how you put this. Married the shit out of her, haha, love this. You married your mom? We were together about a year before he died. Best year of my life. I am so sorry. This really hit me in the worst way. I experienced love at first sight once. That was decades ago now, but I still think about her frequently. I've never met another woman I connect with as naturally as we did. I feel like we missed the mark, should have ended up together, but life just got in the way and we ended up drifting apart. I hope she's super happy though. I've got one of these as well. I was just too damn stupid back then. But I hope he's doing well and is happy. Walked in on them having a conversation with their siblings about intentionally financially abusing their parents. I changed my mind. Wow. Talk about dodging a bullet. Glad you found out before getting married. We only knew each other online. I was 16, he was 17. He sent me a pic, tons of piercings, flipping the bird, and I was in love. I showed my mom and told her I was going to marry him one day. My mom's eyes bugged out and she said him. This March will be their 54th anniversary. Reasonable mother. I married her. She's actually still saved in my phone as future wife. Oh my goodness, so sweet. They fell out of love with me. I accepted it and want to move on even though it still hurts because we were good together. Oof, that sucks. I hope it all works out for you. I'm actually in that same boat with you. 34 years later, still together with love. 4 kids, 8 grandchildren. We got married. Together 14 years now, and this year will be our 5th wedding anniversary. He's my best friend, can't imagine doing life without him. When I met him 15 years ago, he immediately made me feel like I needed to simultaneously be my selfiest of selves yet become a way better person, just to make sense of it all. An intense aura of too good to be true, but with a healthy level of but it's real now so don't F it up. And we still happy. My selfiest of selves, I think I just found a new wholesome criteria for dating. Emigrated to Canada, first couple of months there a work colleague invited me out to a friend's birthday. Met a girl, told her I was gonna marry her one day. We celebrate our 20th anniversary next year. I love this story. And also I just realized how different dating must have been in 1963, and what the modern dating experience would be like in equivalence. I feel like this is less common now. Been married 28 years, more in love every day. I moved in with her 6 weeks later and married her 9 months after that. We just celebrated our 14th anniversary and I can honestly say my life has been better every single day since meeting her, and I expect that will be the case for the rest of my days. I can only hope I'm able to continue be deserving of this ridiculous fairy tale. She gets annoyed by how sappy I can be sometimes, so having opportunities to say something like this in a forum that won't annoy her too badly is fun. All of this. Met at 8 years old. Hated each other. Later became great friends. Dated other people throughout teenage years, never once considering each other. When I turned 19, after a bad relationship, I took notice of all my friend was, smart, kind, hot, and amazing. I knew I wanted to marry him. A few years later we did. Been married 30 years this past October. He is still the love of my life, my partner, and my rock. I adore him. Not me but my grandparents. It was right after World War II in former Yugoslavia. A truck full of young resistance soldiers came to my grandma's town. Her friends saw a guy and told to my grandma she'll marry him. She did, and that's why I am typing this now. I knew I loved him before we even started dating. We've been married 15 years so far and I still get butterflies when I think of him. I went into a local coffee shop, she made my coffee. Handed me my change, we made eye contact and knew she was the one. We dated a couple of months later, she worked odd shifts so I didn't see her in there often. Been together 27 years, married 25 of them. We are married, 12 years this April. There is a picture from the party we met at, maybe an hour after we met, where we are smiling and so goofy-faced at each other. I'm pretty sure everyone else at the party knew we'd end up married as well. I knew my husband was the guy I would marry on our second date. It's been 5 years so far. I felt that way too. Our first date was December 10, 2002, and on December 12 I fell in love with him. I remember laying down together just to watch some stupid movie, but it felt both like I had already been there forever and I wanted to be there forever too. We've been together ever since, married for 15 years with 2 kids joining the party as well. He is stealing the carrots off my plate right now. He broke up with me a month before we were supposed to get married. With the benefit of hindsight, he didn't have what it took to be a good spouse or partner, so I saved money on what would have been an inevitable divorce. We were friends for 3 years, then started a relationship. We knew pretty much right away that this was it. That was 17 years ago. We married 10 years ago and we have 2 kids and a cat. It's the Middle East, so I'm working on buying a house before proposing to her. I married him. We got divorced 30 years later. Although it would be a cool story if I knew the second I saw him, it actually took a few months of being friends before dating to realize I felt a comfortability and acceptance around him that I had never felt with any other partner, and that's when I knew. I have anxious attachment style, so to feel at peace with someone was my ultimate sign. Dated 3 years, currently engaged. You married a rabbit? After coming back from our first date, a friend asked me how it went. I was playing it cool with my responses. He could tell I was smitten and was having none of it, and I began to say, I don't even think she's that cool. A little voice in the back of my head said, careful, you are going to marry her someday. Anyway, it turns out she is still very much cooler than me 18 years later. This is so cute. The first time I saw my wife some 20 plus years ago in high school, I said I'm going to marry that girl. I did. We have been married for 20 years, together 24. 3 kids, mortgage, etc. No deal-breaking complaints. It does take effort, communication, and compromise. The first thing I said to her was, "Good morning, beautiful," as I held the door for her at school. To which she rebutted, "Fuck you, asshole." That really sealed the deal for me. I had to make her my wife. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again. Reddit glitch out.